What's up, trainers? Welcome back to another episode of the Rise and Thrive podcast. I'm your host, Manny Fraser, and I've got an exciting episode for you. If you're serious about taking your fitness business to the next level, today we're talking about something that's been holding too many of you back for too long: fear of sales. Let me say this to you straight. If you can coach someone through a squat, you can sell. If you can guide a client to fat loss, you can close deals. So why does sales feel so terrifying? And why do so many trainers avoid it, fumble conversations, and lose potential clients? Because no one's ever taught the right mindset. No one gave you the tools. And today, I'm fixing that. Let's break through the fear for good. Okay. Breaking the fear of sales. This is going to be a mindset shift, okay? I need you to have an open mind when it comes to this, because I find that a lot of trainers, when they walk into this business, they are gung-ho about their own personal fitness. But now when you say, all right, go ask that person to spend money on personal training, like, whoa, I don't want to do that. And the gap of that is that that's the job. The job has nothing to do with your personal fitness. It has to do with other people getting involved in fitness, right? You have to be passionate, so passionate that other people want to do this fitness thing. Sales isn't about tricking people. It's about solving problems. And that's the first thing that you need to know, okay? So you change your mindset right now. Take that mindset that you have that sales is bad and sales is about tricking people, take it out, throw it, and replace it with a new mindset, which is it's about solving problems. Stop seeing sales as an attack. Sales is a service. The better you get at selling, the more lives you can change. A lot of people get into this industry and are like, I want to help people. Okay, cool. You're going to need to learn how to sell, because the reason why you learn how to sell is you learn how to communicate. I'm an excellent communicator. Go talk to that person and try and get them to actually make a decision on their life. Oh, I don't want to do that. You're not an excellent communicator then, right? And that's the reality. We have to work on this. You're not born with this. You have to work on this. There's skill sets you have to work on. But the first thing that happens when you break up here, your mindset. So let's use my belief breaking formula to destroy the fear that's holding you back. Step one, say what they believe. You might be thinking this. This is what you believe. I'm giving you guys a formula here. You might be thinking, I don't want to sound pushy. I don't know what to say. I'm not a sales guy or sales girl. I'm a trainer. Guess what? That belief is costing you thousands of dollars and hundreds of transformation. So here's why it's wrong. You think avoiding sales is helping you, but in reality, it's killing your business. Trainers who don't like sales stay broke. They struggle to keep clients, and they live in fear of their income vanishing next month. Not selling isn't noble, it's self-sabotage. Okay? You need to understand this. Change your mindset. If you think that sales is now like, I'm a good person, I'm a nice person, okay? Have fun staying broke, or go do another job that doesn't involve you trying to convince people to do stuff. Like, there are other jobs you can do, but if you want to be in this industry, you're going to need to learn how to do this, because that's part of this. And it's not about the numbers. I think people get lost with sales because sales and numbers go hand in hand. And it's like, oh, we're just another number. And my client's not another number. They're a person. Yes, you're right. They are a person, and they deserve the best treatment. They deserve to be talked to properly, and they deserve you to understand how to help them make decisions, because most people are indecisive. And if you can't help them make decisions, guess what? They're going to be indecisive. So here's the truth. Sales is a skill. Just like personal training, just like training people, the more you practice, the better you get. You don't have to be born a salesperson. You just need to understand a framework. You just need to understand systems. Selling is serving. You're not just taking money. You're giving value. You're saying, here you go. Okay? Think about your best client, the one who lost 50 pounds, the one who now plays with their kids, without getting winded, would they have gotten those results if you were too scared to sell them training or whoever sold them training? No, they needed you to believe in your offer more than they believed in their excuses. So here's my story. I used to be another trainer in a big box gym. I was good at training, bad at selling. And you guys know, a lot of you guys, if you've been listening to me, you hear my story. My story started off, I recently got out of prison, and I had a will to win. And whenever you have a will to win, you have to look at it like this point of view. What are the top traits of the people that are doing good? All of them. So I don't want to take one trait from this person or one trait. I want to take all the top traits of people doing good. So I looked at it. Top traits of people doing good. They do courses. Okay, I can do that. They show up early, stay back late. I can do that. They sell their own training. They sell for themselves. I need to learn how to do that. I can come in early and stay back late. I could take courses, but I need to learn how to sell. And so at first you think, I know how to talk to people. I'm just going to do it this way. Then I realized, all right, I need to figure this out. There's something missing in what I'm doing. And I had to learn that sales is a skill. Like any other skill in life, you can get it and become really good. That's what I did. I analyzed, what is it that I want to do? Right? And so I remember when I started, I was scared of rejection. And I was scared to seem as pushy. And I was a pushy guy, but I didn't want to be too pushy. So when I'd be like, all right, so this would be $10,000 for training. Oh, that's too expensive. You're right, that's too expensive. Because I have my own belief that I couldn't afford this at that moment. Therefore, they can't afford it either. And you know what? It is expensive. And then one day my manager told me, Manny, if you don't sell, you don't eat. Well, that hit me hard. Because at that point, I had to realize it's either I eat or I do this thing that I say that I don't want to do. So I did what I always do when I want to be better at something. I trained. I studied sales scripts. I practiced in front of a mirror. I role-played objections daily. I got obsessed with this thing. And guess what? Within months, I became the top 1% in the company. And now, this very day, I'm still one of the top 1% of the company in terms of sales. Not because I was slick, not because I had a magic words or Jedi mind tricks. It was none of that. But because I believed in what I was selling. I believe in personal training. I believe every single person can use a personal trainer. Period. Like, I'm not getting into semantics about whether or not it's a good personal trainer or not. I believe every single person needs a personal trainer. So at that point, I'm anticipating that these personal trainers are good. And that's a belief made. That belief that I made makes sure that clients trust me when I'm talking to them because they're tapping into the belief that I have. And then at that point, it made them buy and it made them commit. So here's a confidence hack to help you with script memorization. Trainers, you don't fear sales. You fear not knowing what the other person's going to say. You fear the unknown. You fear that person who's going to reject you. So you're fearing rejection because sales is the exact, sales is the example of walking into a tornado and knowing the fact that it's going to spin around and you're going to need to brace yourself. That's sales. And a lot of people won't walk into that storm, but you're going to need to because that storm is that rejection that you're going to face. Well, I'm already telling you the end result. A lot of people are going to say no to you, but some people are going to say yes to you. And in order to get those people who are going to say yes, you need to ask every single person. So here's the solution. Memorize your sales scripts. Memorize your sales scripts. Your sales scripts aren't for you. They're actually for the person you're talking to. Because now when you're talking to that person and you're going through that script, it's a scripted conversation to lead to someone making a decision. And until you understand it and make it your own, memorize it. And then from there, you kind of ad-lib and you make it your own thing. When you know exactly how to handle objections, closing becomes automatic. Just like knowing how to cue a squad. That's why when I'm working with my team, I always teach on frameworks. I don't teach say this because saying this is not the idea. Because realistically, if I'm sitting down in a conversation with someone, the thing I'm saying is based off what they're saying. If they zig, I zag. I'm listening to them and responding to them. That's how you train sales. Your job isn't to convince, your job is to lead people. So here's your homework. Pick one objection. So here's an example. I need to think about it. Write down a response. Say it out loud 50 times. Use it in your next consultation. Do this daily for 30 days and you'll sell without thinking. A lot of times, trainers don't work on this. I've been training trainers for a while. And the good ones do work on this. And then everyone else doesn't. Right? So when I say pick an objection, I mean it. If you're listening to this, stop right now, press pause. Pick one objection that you're facing regularly. It's too expensive. I need to think about it. I need to talk to my spouse. We've talked about this before. There are only 3 objections you're always going to face. What are those 3 objections? Price, that's value. Stall, I need to think about it. So let me push it back a bit. And then the last one is going to be a decision maker. So it's going to be, let me talk to my spouse, my husband, wife, father, mother, whoever. Those are the only objections you're facing. So now all you have to do is write down the responses for those objections and then practice it. At that point, boom, you just overcame all of the objections that you're going to face. And it becomes really simple. Like, it's not, like, this is not a hard game, but it's a game. And if you don't play it, you're not, like, it's like playing Monopoly and not knowing the rules and then always losing and complaining. But there are rules and you don't want to play by the rules. There's rules to sales. Play by the rules. You need to understand and memorize your script. You need to become 10 out of 10 on that. And once you become 10 out of 10 on that, all the world is your oyster. It's all open. Do this daily for 30 days and you'll sell without thinking. So here's my final takeaway. Step into the fear. Fear dies when you face it daily. Sales isn't scary when you have a plan. Believe in your value, memorize your scripts, close with confidence. You're not just a trainer. You're a transformation machine. And transformations don't happen without commitment. Sales is equaling to that commitment. In order to get that commitment, someone needs to sell someone into it. Now go out there and sell like you're the top 1% trainer. Your future clients are waiting for you. All right, guys, if this episode hit home, share it with a fellow trainer who needs to hear it. And if you want to master sales highlight at a highest level, hit me up on IG at the Manny Fraser. Check out my website, mannyfraser.com, for new sales courses and masterminds. And now that's it for today. Now go rise and ride. Peace.